one who gets it all done? Always pushing forward? Always striving? In the constant chase for success, when was the last time you took a moment just for you? We're always on the go, rushing from one task to the next, barely pausing to catch our breath. What if we took a moment to pause? Imagine listening in, really listening, to the wind, to your heartbeat, to your soul. What if slowing down was the key, a chance to discover a deeper connection with yourself? And from that connection expand it to those you love, to the moments that truly matter. Pause, reflect, connect. It's time to live fully from the inside out. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to A Soulful Pause. I have a very special guest with me today. I'm Josette Diaz, and I'm a self-awareness coach, and I work with women on revealing what is hiding in their subconscious or their unconscious, subconscious mind, and reveal to themselves the things that are sabotaging their lives, holding themselves back. And if that's something that interests you, it is called the Art of Awareness, which is a beautiful community of women who get together and reveal to themselves the things that they're hiding from unconsciously. And we are going on. We have our art circle tonight. So we do this through art. Don't let it scare you. Art is not a dirty word. I know it sounds scary and you may not think of yourself as an artist, and you don't have to be. You just show up. And that's tonight at 6 p.m. So I'll put links in the comments here. Now, no further ado, let me introduce you to Louisa. And Louisa is a compassionate mindset coach, speaker, and author with 35 award-winning years of coaching, wisdom in sales, marketing, leadership, and mindset. So I have a powerhouse woman warrior here with me today, and she provides a roadmap for success and accountability so that women can crush their personal and professional goals in life. And Louisa is a life changer, saves lives, marriages, and helps business owners crush it. So welcome, Louisa, and thank you so much for being here with me today. I'm so
Thank you
happy.
so much. Honor.
Yeah.
It's
So
an honor to be here.
Good, thank you. And please, can you pronounce your last name?
It's Shimamoto.
Thank you.
Shimamoto, definitely Japanese.
I love that. I ask everyone to pronounce things because I will demolish it, and I don't want to do that. So I'd rather you go ahead and say it. And I just want to let everybody know that we're live from the San Diego area, and we're getting lots of rain today. So if we have any technical glitches, that's just how it is. So that's the fun part of going live. Yeah, exactly. So, Louisa, you come with so much experience, and I know, we know each other personally, and I know that you have, um, been doing your work for years and gathering your tools and everything. Is there something that you would like to say to the audience about what it is that's the most important thing to you that you do, that you bring to your clients?
Absolutely. My specialty is mindset, and mindset is key in anything we do. And a lot of people don't realize your heart does not run the body. It's your mind. It's your unconscious mind is the key to anything we do. It is your emotions. It is how you deal with things. And it stores all of your memories. But again, it runs the body. And if your mindset isn't positive, guess what? Now you have problems health wise because your blood isn't flowing and cleansing and doing what it needs to do in your organs. So mindset is everything. And so I just really speak life into yourself is what I would really want to share with you. Be conscious of the words that you're speaking into yourself. It makes a
Mm.
difference in your day as well as those around you. What are you speaking into others? Again, be conscious. Are you speaking life or are you speaking death?
Mhm.
Okay.
It's so true. I think that it's I love that you've brought this up because, not very often do I come across people who will speak of how they think and how that affects everything else.
That's
And,
right.
I totally agree with you. You have to really choose your thoughts carefully, and that's a practice, right?
It
Would you
is.
agree?
It's a muscle. You've got to
Yeah,
have work that muscle and learn to flip it. People, I since I was a kid on the playground, I've taught others how to flip it. And you flip the
yeah.
negative into a positive. I was raised by two teachers, and my father was a basketball coach. And before he even taught people to dribble, he taught them
Mhm.
mindset. Okay. And so I would come home from school and dad would say, "Hey, what was your win for the day?" And I'd say, "Well, da 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 da." The day I came home and I said, "Dad, man, today was a really bad day."
Uh-huh.
And I was feeling guilty because I didn't have a win, And he goes, "Hey, flip it. Okay. What can you learn from today that you're going to do differently tomorrow? How are you going to show up? Okay. But what are you going to
Mhm.
learn from it?" And that becomes a win. And I was like, okay,
Yes.
all right. So little Louisa would be on the playground and break up fights and everything. Hey, have you considered that maybe he's just having a bad day? Come on, you guys. And so I have been helping people with mindset my entire life, entire life.
Wow.
So, yeah,
I can just picture you, little Louisa, out on the
yeah,
playground and, helping people, uh, to understand each other, and I just love that visual, it's really cute. I can
yeah.
totally see that. Um, so I'd like to start off by just asking you a question about mindset that leads perfectly into the first question I wanna ask you. And mindset's often, like, the biggest barrier to success, right? Um, so what is one powerful mindset shift that can immediately change how someone approaches their goals?
Um, Immediately is to focus on what you can do, not on what you can't. I want you to imagine a
Mhm.
huge pair of scissors coming in and cutting off that T. So
Yeah,
many people focus on what they can't do, and what you focus on grows.
right.
Okay. And again, anxiety happens. What is anxiety? Future based fear. Oh, I can't
Mm,
do it. Or you can't see
mhm.
yourself finishing or whatever. Just 1% doubt is all you need. Okay.
Yeah.
1% doubt is 100% uncertainty. 100%. I'm going
Mhm,
to
mhm.
try to do this. I'm going to
Yeah,
try to hit this goal. What
yeah.
kind of word is that? Try to pick up a pencil. You either do or you don't, right?
It's so
So
true.
get rid of that word. I'm working on this. I am
Mhm,
stepping into this. Listen to the words that you're speaking into yourself. So, you know, really think about that in regards to focusing on what you can do. When you do that, it wipes out everything, let's just say that's stealing from you.
mhm.
When you really think about it, when you focus on what you can't, it's stealing life from you. You were born for a
Yeah.
purpose and a reason. Focus on what you can do. That is a huge thing. And if you're in a funk, okay, like I said, the win book is something that I have on Amazon that you can buy and log your wins
Mhm.
for the day. When you get
Yeah,
into a funk, go back to that book and it will pull you out. But also
yeah,
switch your state. Okay. Maybe you need to
right.
take a walk. And I love your intro. Yes, we need to take care of ourselves.
Mhm.
Take care of our mindset. So take a break, whether it be taking a walk or listening to music, whatever it is for you, but take that time that's necessary because you are the most important asset to
Mhm.
your life and to your business.
Right.
You are the best investment.
Yes, you are totally can and truly center to your life. I love that you call out the
Absolutely.
word try. To me, try is
Mm.
very, pardon the expression, half-ass, and it
Yeah.
it
Oh,
completely
yeah.
indicates that you're most
You're
likely not.
setting yourself up
Yeah.
for
You've
failure.
already given yourself
Yeah,
the excuse to not do it,
exactly.
and I love that.
That's right.
Can you talk a little bit you mentioned state, like changing your mindset, shifting your mindset, and shifting your state. Can you speak to what that means? Because I think often we use that word and it doesn't translate into a visual understanding of what it means and how it can what it brings to you.
Absolutely. There's several ways to shift your state of mind. Okay. I don't care if I'm in a parking lot on the
Mhm,
freeway. Okay. Focus on what you can do. Don't be frustrated with what's going on around you, but take a moment. And again, you can't close your eyes on the part,
right.
on the freeway, but take a moment to breathe. 4 counts, hold it for and
Mhm.
breathe in. Have peace and anxiety at the same time. So breathe in peace and let that wash you free all the way from the top of your head out through your feet into the ground. Get rid of what's not serving you
Mhm,
and
mhm.
inhale that peace. That will
Yeah,
change your state right away.
yeah. I love to use the practice of breathing in what it is I'm desiring and then breathing out what it is that is diminishing me in the moment.
Absolutely, and when you breathe out, I wanna, like I said, explain that you breathe out with a "ha."
Mm,
And when you
mhm,
do that, you're waking up every neuron, not just in the brain, every cell in your brain in your body
mm.
has
Yeah,
neurons, and you're waking up the entire body by doing that with that vibration.
yeah, yeah. I love that. I love that. I think that that is so key for so many people to, we get so caught up in what's happening in life, and right now, a lot's happening in life, in at least in the
Amen.
United States,
Yeah.
we and all around the
Yes.
world, obviously, um, and it's so easy to stay in that state of anxiety or whatever it is that you're feeling. So I think the methods that you just gave are so important to help people to be able to manage their nervous system in those moments. And with
Mhm.
35 years of coaching experience, what patterns do you see holding people back the most, and how do you help them break free from those patterns?
Absolutely. Um, it's really interesting how a lot of people think they just put their personal aside when they step into business. No, they
Yeah.
come together. They come together. Because what you do personally, what you speak into yourself personally is with you, okay?
Mhm.
And whatever experiences you've gone through in life, your unconscious mind is a recorder. It's like a movie, okay?
Mhm.
And um, anger, sadness, fear, hurt, guilt, and shame do not serve us. Okay, we've got to get that out of our body, but get into the root cause. Those are all learned behaviors. Okay, so when you experience anger for the first time and you see it in somebody else, um, it gets stronger and stronger with life. So when I help people get to the root cause of what's holding them back, those chains that are holding them back, and
Mhm.
focusing on what can we do? What can we learn from this? Just like my dad taught me as a kid. What can we
Yeah.
learn from this that will help us go forward? Okay. By doing that, it
Mhm.
breaks the chain. It breaks the
Mhm.
chain. It gives you freedom. So when people work with me, I can give them clarity, peace of mind, a roadmap to success, all this type of stuff. But it's
Yeah.
a matter of hitting it head on and not just putting a mask on and say, "Oh,
Yes.
it's okay." I've been there.
Right.
I've been there. I mean, with some of the
Sure.
things that's happened in my life, you automatically, "Oh my god," and you just put this mask on and show up how you
Mhm.
need to show up. You've got to
Right,
deal with that
right.
because it does come. back, and it affects your business. It affects your
Mhm.
business. But
Right.
if and
Well, and
again, we were given go ahead.
uh-huh. Oh, no, finish what you were saying.
I was just saying we were given life for a purpose and a reason, and if you step
Mm.
into your purpose and own it, okay,
Yes.
that will pull you forward. But if you
Right.
stay stuck, you end up in a gerbil cage, and
Mhm.
life just it keeps repeating and repeating, and those chains pull you back,
Right.
okay? And so it's a matter of how do I this is your life, own it. If you
Mhm.
don't own it, somebody else or something else will own you. And the reason I say this is I had a wonderful upbringing, but in my 20s, I was kidnapped and raped,
Mm.
okay? And that boy, talk about being stuck.
Yeah.
Taking that shower all night long was not long enough, but I had to get
Yeah.
back on stage and stay and perform and be Louisa, but that huge mask
Right.
was horrible. The shame, all those things, not healthy, okay? And I
Right.
made lots of
Right.
crazy mistakes, but get through it, break through it, and I'm here to say, take off those masks.
Yeah.
Be the authentic you and
Mhm.
step into this.
It's so true. We wear so many masks that hide who we are, and that only, perpetuates all of the patterns that you've attached yourself to, that you got
That's
comfortable with,
that's right.
and as you continually peel back those layers and you go through that unfoldment, which I see women doing this mostly around midlife, and I believe that it in my personal opinion, is that it's all by design. It's part of nature, and, it is the moment that you've gathered enough wisdom to be able to recognize certain things, and so that's why I think that that's the moment that our masks start to reveal our who we are once we start removing them layer after layer, as you were saying. And
Yeah,
that authenticity, if you are wearing a mask, others do detect that.
yeah,
They
they
may
do.
not know what it is, they may not specifically say or think, but they always feel there's something a little off.
Mhm.
And so you can't really hide as much as you think you can behind
That's
the mask that you put on in front of you. So I love that you help people just remove that mask
oh,
and
yeah.
reveal who they are, and to go through something so horrific and know that, the only way you could survive that in that moment to get through to do the healing work you needed to, you had to have the mask on. So the mask does help, and then there's a time when it's time to remove it. And you know when that is. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I totally do, and what I will say is the younger we are and we start putting on masks to be aware of that and
Mhm.
deal with it then. But you're
Yes.
right, what happens, I
Right.
believe in midlife, we've taken care of everybody else with the kids, we're running around.
Yep.
We get the leftovers as women. We take care of everybody
Yes.
else except for ourselves, okay?
Right.
And that's why when things get a little quieter and settle down a little bit, you're like, "Okay, so who am I?
You can hear your own
Where"
thoughts.
exactly. And I will say those masks, and I had several that I've had to take off in my life. Those
Mhm.
masks, you don't make the best decisions. You're not thinking
Right.
clearly.
Yes, well, and
Yeah.
isn't that, do you think that that's attributed to just the simplicity of the way that the body works? I mean, it's very complicated, but there are some simplicities to it that, the mask is there as it's tapping into your autonomic nervous system. So you're doing these
It
automatic
is. Yeah.
behaviors, and then you have the process of
Right.
I don't know, I just lost my
That's right.
thought. I was going somewhere with that, but it'll come back eventually. So, I
Well,
think
it's
that,
just,
that
with
as we
those
let
behaviors, I'm
You
sorry,
can go
I've
ahead and
lost you. We just had a nice gust of wind,
Oh, did we have a gust of
but
wind?
what I will say yeah, yeah, so I lost you for a minute, but you were talking about behaviors, and the good
Mhm.
news, everybody wants you to know there is good news, okay? You can unlearn your behavior. You are the author of your story. You are the producer. You can change your story, okay?
Yeah.
And that's where I get excited is to see transformation in people and they take ownership of their life.
Mhm.
Learn from the past. Learn from the good, the bad, the ugly, okay? And step forward and own it.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I think that, that can feel scary, and yet when you find the person that feels
Mhm.
right to you to help you get to bridge that gap between here and where you wanna be, it can move you astronomically. Like, you can move so fast and learn things that you didn't even think that you would learn.
Well, or think of things and remember things and even remember doing,
Mhm.
okay?
Yeah. Yeah,
And a
exactly.
matter of really greeting challenges, greeting fear. Why? Growth, opportunity,
Yeah.
okay? Break through it. Don't let it hold you back. I mean, I can just give you several examples, and just
Yeah.
recently, as you know, we have been,
Yeah.
our condo neighbor had a fire, and cars exploded in the garage, all kinds of mess, and our home is, we can't get in there because of all the toxins, the black smoke. Okay, well, you could have a pity party and a wah-wah, but you've got to
Mhm.
figure out what can
Right.
you do? What can you do?
Mhm.
Instead of
Right.
letting your mind go nuts, because your conscious mind tends to be what? Negative. Why? Because the
Mhm.
world is negative.
Mm.
Don't let it own you.
Yeah. I also think that your ego comes into play in that, which is designed to keep you safe, right? So that, um, it repeats those patterns well, the triggers of the patterns with the thoughts, as you mentioned earlier, that, keep you standing still, that keep you right where you are so you don't go any
Mhm.
further, because we don't wanna risk anything else, and that is part of
That's
the
right.
mindset that you were speaking of, that, shifting how you're seeing things and like you just stated, what can you do? And it's not about, like, ignoring that
Mhm.
it's painful, right? Because that's a painful experience. It's about really shifting into gear of, how you think about it, because you could stay in the "woe is me," as you mentioned, for a long time if you really wanted to, and that is that gonna get you where you wanna go? I know we have a lag, so I'm sorry,
You
and I know that it's hard to,
it's
like, stay
exactly
on.
right. Life is
Yeah.
of
Yes.
uh-oh, I think again.
Oh, it's okay. It's alright. I think we're good. It's all just fine.
I'm
But you're
so
right,
sorry.
life
The
is
wind,
full of choices. We can't help the weather. It's okay. So let's move on to another
you know
question. Yeah, go ahead.
go ahead.
You can go ahead. What were you gonna say? I would like you to be able to wrap up what you wanted to say.
Sorry, I'm going in and out here, it looks like. Um, Again, I was just be conscious of what you're saying. There's
Mhm,
nothing that drives me more crazy is when people speak negativity into themselves.
mhm,
The
mhm.
world is speaking enough to that of you into
Yeah,
you of negativity. Let
right.
that bounce off your arm. Get rid of it. You don't have to own somebody else's wah-wah, but you need to speak life into yourself. It's a choice. I am
I
gonna do
agree.
this. I can do this. I can, I will, you watch me type of attitude.
Mhm,
Don't allow
mhm.
negative.
life is not informing you of who you are constantly. You're informing it. And so,
You're the author.
yeah, exactly. And I think we think of it the other way around, and that's where we can get into
Mhm.
trouble.
That's right. Life, you really have to embrace the fact that life is for you. Are you
Yes.
investing each and every breath wisely? Or are you
Mhm.
choosing to stay in a way? It's all a choice.
Yeah. So that leads me to ask you this question. For someone
Mhm.
that's feeling stuck, it's in life or in business, what's the first step that they can take, like today, to create real momentum towards their goals?
Well, first of all, your unconscious mind, you have to give it direction of where you want to go,
Mhm.
okay? Otherwise, you're just doing this. You're in that gerbil cage. So,
Yeah.
figure out exactly what do you want and why don't you have it? Then you can
Mhm.
solve the puzzle. Okay. What do you want and why don't you have it? And the next thing is to get into what? Action. Get into action.
Mhm.
So whether that is getting a mentor, surrounding yourself around other like-minded individuals that are where you want to go. Okay.
Right.
But again, speaking that life into yourself, but really, whether it be ever, don't settle for
Mhm.
less.
Yeah. You deserve
Grow,
more.
stretch. You
Yeah.
never stop learning.
It's really true. Yeah, no, and I think there's so most people are forever learners. Most people, want to
Oh, yeah.
always increase their knowledge in some way. It may not be the areas that you and I choose, yet, they're in some way wanting to always know more. And if you find yourself feeling dissatisfied, to your point, find someone that
That's right.
fits for you.
That's right.
It's that
And it
fit.
so not only it could be a coach or a mentor, but think about it.
Mhm.
I mean, let's say we're having marriage trouble. Surround yourself around other couples that are going the direction you wanna go.
Right. Yeah.
What about business owners? Same thing. Networking with that other women that want to accelerate their businesses.
Mhm.
Pick and choose who you invest your time with. You cannot get your
Yes.
time back. You can always
Right.
make more money and do other things. You cannot get your time back. So invest it
Mhm.
wisely in growth.
Yeah. Yes, it has to be the right place for you in anything you do. I love that. I wanna
Absolutely.
thank you for this really deep conversation around mindset and, um, the things that you can do. Is there anything that you would like to share with the audience that you have coming up that, or any kinda offers that you have that you would like everyone to know?
Absolutely. Well, the first thing I would say is that really take ownership in your life. And I would suggest that you take a minimum of one time a week that you have white
Mhm.
space for you,
Mhm.
where you can review your week. What went well? What can we do differently? Okay. And I suggest speaking life into yourself first thing in the morning. And certainly before you go to
Mm.
bed at night, you will sleep differently. You will wake up
Yeah.
differently. Okay.
Mhm.
But as far as what's coming up for me, I'm a speaker and I'm being called to help. I love one-on-one coaching. I love, love, love breakthrough and helping people in that way, and helping people get to that root cause, pull out that darn root,
Yeah.
and step into you. And but my husband and I also work together. We met coaching on national stages, and we both have been coaching for 35 years. And together, our entire marriage, 30 years, we've worked together. So we do a lot of masterminds. So
Mhm.
we do have an online mastermind so that if people can't get away and come into our in-person masterminds,
Mhm.
that is the second and fourth Tuesday of a given. And so you can go to accelerategrowthcoaching.com and find that information there. Okay.
Okay.
The other thing that's coming up for me that I'm very excited about is my women's retreat here in San Diego. And it'll be in Carlsbad. And it's the first weekend in May. Okay. So a
Alright.
full day, Friday and
Mhm.
Saturday. And it's basically investing in you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Investing in you.
I love that.
And like I said, getting rid of what's holding you back.
Yeah.
Friday is detox day. Saturday, we step into who we need to be for ourselves,
Mm.
for our family,
Mhm.
for our business,
Mhm.
let alone our community.
Beautiful.
So it's an honor to I love it. But, it's been a pleasure to be with you here today
Oh,
too. I just really
thank you. Love to
appreciate
be
the
here.
podcast and the time that you're investing in helping all of us females go through life one breath at a time. Appreciate what you
Yeah.
do.
Oh, well, same, Louisa, same. I love what you do as well, and I'm so glad that you were here. I feel very honored that we had this conversation today, and I love what you're doing, and if you are local, if you're in the area or not, check out Louisa's, retreat
Yep.
coming up. I put all of your links already into the,
Oh, perfect.
description, so, uh, you have
Yeah,
access, everyone, to get to Louisa. And we have, is it okay to talk
absolutely.
about what's coming up
Thank
on
you.
the
And now
22nd?
oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just asking, is it okay to mention the 22nd, what
Oh,
we have coming up?
absolutely. The Queen's Business Expo. Yes, I'll be speaking at that, and I'll be focusing on not just mindset, but how important mindset is for business. I'll be speaking in the morning, probably around 9:30 at that
Yes.
event.
That's gonna be a lot of fun. I was there last year, did a panel, it was really fun. So I know you're gonna have a great time. I'll be there as well, and I'm
Perfect.
super excited about it. Yeah, I'm one of the panelists, and so if any of you are local to San Diego, you can come and check us out. It's the Queen's Expo. I'll put a link in our comments for that too. So I wanna
Perfect.
thank you so much for being here today. And thank you for enduring the wind and the and everything. I know you're
Life
not in the
happens, right?
wind, but
Yeah. Life happens. We just have to focus on what we learned today. Focus on what you
that's
can do,
right.
not on what you can't.
That's
And you can
right,
get through
see?
you can get through anything. Mhm.
And Louisa truly is a living example of what she teaches, so she's a very authentic
Thank
woman, and
you.
I just really adore you, so thank you so much for being here.
Oh, it's a
All right,
pleasure. Thank you.
everyone. Yes, thank you, and we'll see you next week. All right, have a really wonderful weekend. Bye-bye now.